Content warning. This video has been filmed while life continues on around me. You may hear a chihuahua snoring, phone noises, creaky chair sounds, desk shifting, humidifier running, and so on. I do my best to keep all the crazy distractions at bay, but sometimes we just have to go with the flow. I appreciate your understanding. Hello everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Sakina and your weekly pick-a-card message from your dog. Take a look at the 3 different piles and choose the one you feel most drawn to by using the backs of the cards and/or your intuition. Timestamps are in the description box below. Enjoy your reading. Welcome, Pile 1. Just a quick reminder that this is a general reading and may not fit for you. If this is the case, please consider choosing another pile or just passing whatever doesn't work for you on to someone else. Also, if you have more than one dog, use your intuition to determine which dog is sharing the message. And remember, it could be all of them. Last, please like and subscribe. Okay, Pile 1, let's see what the dogs have to share this week. We have the 7 of Sky, the 2 of Sky, and the 3 of Earth. Okay, so what I am seeing here is one of 2 scenarios. Perhaps you have more than one dog, and one is larger than the other, and the larger dog tends to like to take the toys and the bones or treats from the smaller dog and take them and hide them somewhere. And the smaller dog knows that where the larger dog tends to hide things is way up high where the little dog really can't get to. However, the little dog is definitely considering trying to climb, because the sense of smell is amazing. This is a cute card because this Weimaraner is actually playing the shell game, and this little chicken bone or whatever is supposed to be under one of these. But the Weimaraner thinks that they've been so smart here by pulling it out, sleight of hand or sleight of paw, so to speak. But this little dog can actually smell where the treat is. So this shell game really doesn't work. So this little dog can definitely smell where this larger dog puts the treats, puts the bones, puts the toys. Now, if there's more than one dog and more than one small dog, they're saying that they are going to work together if they have to try and figure out a way to reach the things that the larger dog has put up out of their reach. The other scenario here is that there is only one dog, but you are depicted as the bigger dog. So it is possible that your dog is saying, I know that you're taking my toys and I know that you're hiding my treats. And the toys could be such a thing as sometimes dogs will get too many toys and you'll go through them kind of like a little kid's toy box, and you'll put some of them away and then kind of trade them out from time to time. But this dog can smell those toys, and he can smell the treats that you're perhaps putting away as well. And he is considering climbing up or trying to find a way to climb up to get those treats. Now again, if there's more than one dog, they're going to work together to do this, and they're telling you this. We're going to find a way, working together, to get back the things that you have removed from our beds, or the living room floor, or wherever these toys and treats are. But if they are on their own, if there is only one dog, they're letting you know, they're really seriously considering this, and if they have to, they're going to go back to their ancestry and see if there's any magical ways to do what they're considering here. Something maybe that their ancestor could teach them in a hurry. So this is the message either for you or about another dog within the home from your dogs for this week. Until next week, take care. Welcome, Pile 2. Just a quick reminder that this is a general reading and may not fit for you. If you find this is the case, please consider choosing another pile or just passing whatever doesn't work for you on to someone else. Also, if you have more than one dog, use your intuition to determine which dog is sharing a message with you. And remember, it could be all of them too. Last, please like and subscribe. Okay, Pile 2, let's check out what the dogs are sharing this week. We have the Six of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Page of Cups. Okay, I feel like there's two stories here. For the first one, I'm going to say it feels as though you have moved from one home to another, perhaps from within a city to the country, or within a rural town to the country, something where there's a lot more room for the dog or dogs. And they're really loving it, absolutely loving being able to move around a lot more and having a lot more freedom. And they're meeting many little creatures that perhaps you haven't ever had before. And to some extent, even though they love it here, to some extent, they kind of miss their old house, their old place where they felt very comfortable, and where their toys were in a familiar place and their food bowls were in a familiar place. But they are saying that they'll learn, they'll get used to it, and they'll learn to love the new place that you have, because you're there, and that makes things so much easier. The other story is the possibility that there is a dog that has been rehomed. Maybe you have rehomed or brought into your home a dog who had to be rehomed. And the dog is exploring. I mean, it's a whole new experience, a whole new adventure for this dog. And, they're meeting other animals maybe that you have, and, of course, sniffing out the territory. If they're allowed inside, that means sniffing out the territory inside and outside. But they're saying here that they really miss their home. Their old owners, their old home, their, again, like before, having familiar places there, where their bed was familiar where it was, and food bowls and toys and treats, and knowing exactly where the backyard is, knowing exactly where they're allowed to go potty in the yard, that kind of thing. And they're saying, please be patient, because it's not that they aren't appreciative, because they are. But it takes time to learn how to love new owners and to discover the expectations of new owners and the behavior needs of new owners. They want to love you and they want you to love them, but they need to learn how to do this. And this brings to mind a story of a Chihuahua that we took in. A family had a lot of dogs and a lot of kids, and the little Chihuahua that they'd had her for like 7 years, 6 years, 7 years, and all of a sudden they decided that they wanted to rehome her. So we took her in, and the first 2 weeks of that change was so hard. And I'm usually very good with animals, but it was so hard. She was not used to having the run of the house. She had been kept in pretty much a kennel all the time, which seems silly to me for a Chihuahua. But because she had the freedom, she was like leaping up to try and knock my plate out of my hand as I carried it. And she would, if you got too close to her, she'd kind of snip at you. And I was not used to having, any dog ever snip at me. But after 2 weeks' time, she settled down and she passed away. Oh my goodness, she must have been 14, I think. She had a heart condition. And so she settled in very nicely with us for 8 years. And she really, really loved us. And we loved her as well. I never wanted a Chihuahua. I now have another Chihuahua because she left such an impression on us. So it does take a rehome dog time to adjust and to learn how to love the people who have taken them in. And I'm not going to say owners, because you know what? I think they own us. Anyway, so those are the messages for this week from the dogs. Until next week, take care. Welcome, Pile 3. Just a quick reminder that this is a general reading and may not fit for you. If you find this is the case, consider choosing another pile or just passing whatever doesn't work for you on to someone else. Also, if you have more than one dog, use your intuition to determine which dog might be sharing the message with you. And remember, it could be all of them. Last, please like and subscribe. Okay, Pile 3, let's see what the dogs have to share this week. We have the Devil, the Four of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so what I am seeing here is maybe not meant to be a confession, but I think it actually is. I see here, if you have a cat, okay, I'm assuming you have a cat, and the dog is trying to paint the cat as a bad cat, one who is doing everything he can think of to get the dog in trouble. So in other words, might be such a thing as, you come home and the garbage is tipped over and has been gone through, and the cat is, nowhere to be seen, but there's the dog. Of course, if the cat has done that, the dog's going to take full advantage while they can. And cats are pretty brilliant when it comes to passing the blame on to someone else. They pretend to be quite innocent. So the dog is trying to tell you that this cat is causing all the trouble that, maybe your dog is being blamed for. And the fact is, I think, that the cat is the innocent one. The dog, on the other hand, usually manages to be outside when whatever has been torn apart is found, so that they appear innocent. And of course, the cat will come out and greet you too when you come home. So, it may look like the cat is the one, and the dog always has a place to go that makes it look like the cat did it. When in point of fact, here with this last bit here, we've got the Three of Pentacles. This dog is an expert ripper. Meaning they know how to tear things up and they know how to put it off onto the cat. They're very good at it. And of course, they're also saying that if they're younger, they'll grow out of this eventually, as long as you keep up on, trying to make them as stable as possible in their behavior. And the poor cat will get a break when the dog finally gets old enough to, stop tearing everything apart. But if you're having a scenario like this, really take a look at what's going on. And, if your cat is one to get into everything, then maybe, your dog is trying to say that the cat is blaming the dog for everything. So kind of turn it all around. Whereas, the dog is tearing its toys apart or whatever, because that's what toys are for, but the cat is doing the rest. So really take a look at the family situation and see, which one's pulling the wool over which one's blaming whom. And it could definitely be a game between them too. But chances are, either the cat is doing it or the dog is doing it, and they're pretty ingenious about blaming the other. So anyway, that is the message from the dogs for this week. Until next week, Pile 3, take care.